Backstage Slammers. Wow. Welcome to the Backstage Slam episode number 161. Technically, it's a redo. We were having some technical difficulties on the technical side when we were originally recording this episode. And I used the royal we because I'm going solo this week, flying high on these wings of whatever. Welcome to the show. This is the show where we talk wrestling. It doesn't matter the ring. It doesn't matter the company. If it's wrestling, we generally tend to talk about it. And I gotta be honest, I have not been inclined to watch WWE over the last week. I don't even recall watching Clash of Champions. I don't know if that means my memory is fading or if it was just truly an unmemorable show. But yeah, I have absolutely no recall of WWE Clash of Champions. We're going to do things a little differently this week, as Ben has the night off due to a little bit of illness. So we're going to wish him all the best in his recovery. Hopefully it's a speedy one. And hopefully he'll be back in time for episode number 162, where we talk about wrestling. This week, in my mind, there's only one headline that really dominates. And that's the PWI 500. Now, Pro Wrestling Illustrated releases annually the top 500 wrestlers in the world. Some of them you've heard of, most of them probably not. Even the most avid of wrestling fans haven't really heard of everybody on the list. And that's why it takes a team to put this kind of thing together. And it takes a team to analyze the list. But since we don't have that, I will do my best to go through this, kind of find some of the more standy-outy people and give an opinion as best I can. What is the PW 500? Well, Pro Wrestling Illustrated was founded in 1979. And since 1991, they've published their top 500 wrestlers in the world list. And in 2008, they started a top 100 female wrestler list. And, how about we just jumped right to the top of the list, because this year's best wrestler in the world, according to the PWI 500, as it goes by the criteria of quality of matches, quality of opponents, wins and losses, kind of like I'm not really sure how to describe that, but yeah, it's kind of going by an in-character kayfabe perspective of who the best wrestlers in the world are, and Seth Rollins tops that list. I'm not sure if I absolutely agree with that, because I'm not saying his matches have been bad this year, because they haven't. In fact, there are some spots where he was the shining star of the show, as one would hope that the, top person in the world would be. But there have been matches where it just didn't seem like he could click and really get the crowd going. But congratulations to Seth Rollins for topping the PWI 500. since we got that out of the way, how about we jump to the other side of the list where we have Corey Storm. His first appearance on the list. And, well, he's an OVW talent. Put in some pretty good work this year. Got a nice little win streak going. That, according to Pro Fight Database, goes back to September 11th. No, he lost that match. He beat Rhino recently in a gauntlet match for the OVW television title. After coming off a couple losses to Justin Smooth and Ace Austin. He's won a tag match. Lost an opportunity at the OVW heavyweight title. Television title. Yeah, Corey Storm. Looks like a small guy. 79 matches. Making his first appearance on the list. Congratulations. Okay, there is somebody else on this list. It's what I've really been... it's what I've been wanting to get to since I partially scanned over the list. And that is also making his first appearance on the list. Okay. Coming in at number 453, it is David Arquette. Yes, former WCW heavyweight champion David Arquette. Former WCW World Heavyweight Champion David Arquette. Yes, that one. He's been putting a little bit of work this year, doing hair matches, tables matches, losing to Jerry Lawler and Keith Youngblood, losing to Jungle Boy, losing to Timothy Thatcher. In fact, he's done a lot of losing over the last year. The only winning it looks like he's been doing is pretty much tag team matches with RJ City. So, is the name recognition the reason he's on the top 500? I don't know. But David Arquette chimes in at number 453. Scanning up the list a little bit, we see AEW's Luchasaurus at number 434. Luchasaurus makes the list at 434. I'm not really sure what else to say about that. Who else is rounding out this bottom 100? Cheeseburger moves up a spot from last year and takes the 420s position. We know that there are some people out there that make a special trip down to this part of the list just to see who is in this particular slot for, various reasons. And Cheeseburger takes the spot. Good place for him. And it's nice to see that he's moving up in the world. At 412, you might remember this guy. His name's Carlito. Wasn't on the list last year. And because over the last year he's put in 7 matches. That was enough to put him back on the list. Maybe it's because of some of the people he was facing more than anything that, he's actually doing himself. In July, he teamed with MVP to take on Alberto El Patron and El Hijo de Dos Caras. In November last year, he teamed up with Eddie Edwards to beat Moose and MVP. September last year, he teamed with Billy Gunn. So I'm thinking he's on the list more of, I don't know, of the people that he's around, his opponents, his partners, than anything else. But he cracks the list this year at number 412. Brian Pillman Jr. is at 411. Also first time on the list. Tommy Dreamer. I'm not sure which is more surprising, that Tommy Dreamer made the list. But, I mean, the dude works everywhere, so I guess it shouldn't be a really big surprise. Or the fact that he unfortunately dropped 27 spots to number 409. Formula 409. Tommy Dreamer. I don't know how many... Let's see, I don't know how many years he's been on the list. But he's on it in 2019, and I don't think anybody would have expected that. No offense to Tommy, but come on. Another one that kind of surprises me is as we move into the next round, the 300 area, the 300s. David Finlay is at 399, barely cracking that top 400. Guy's good. So I don't understand why so far down. And he dropped 49 spots. He was at 350. I was thinking he would be moving up. Darby Allin went up 39 spots to crack the top 400 and is sitting nicely at 394. Sammy Guevara has been making a name for himself as he jumps 82 spots for 381. Pardon me. Ultimo Dragon. How many years has Ultimo Dragon been on the list? Well, he dropped 76 spots to 374 from 298. Let's see. Jonathan Gresham is at 368. It's a nice move up for him, 24 spots, but keeping him in the same, the same area of the list, the 300s. Sonny Kiss probably made one of the bigger jumps in the list, moving all the way from 470 to 358 with 112. Moving up 112. The only person, from what I understand, that's been on every PWI 500, Jushin Thunder Liger, is 357, which is a 93 slot drop, unfortunately. But he is, one of the best. And it's, it's sunsetting. Yoshitatsu is 356, a 168 slot drop. Takemichi Noku drops 15 points to 355. El Hijo del Fantasma drops 196 to 352. Just dropped. Brian Malones. That's not a match or a name that I'm super familiar with. Moved up 123 slots. That's kind of what caught my eye. And he's sitting at 344. So Brian Malones might be someone to keep an eye on. The Beer City Bruiser moved up 28 slots to 336. Is this all going to be just numbers and reading and whatnot? Yeah, for the most part. Sorry. Jimmy Havoc is at 315, dropping 157 slots. Aiden English, you might remember him. He dropped 115 slots to 308. Honestly, well, that might have been during his run with Rusev. That got him up to cracking the top 200. Jacob Fatu, there's a guy that was keep an eye on, working down at MLW. Jacob Fatu, previously not on the list, almost cracks the top 300, and makes the list at 306. Oh, I forgot Dave Mastiff, 307. And Teddy Hart. Teddy Hart cracks the... Oh, barely. He's 301. So he almost cracks the top 300, but comes in at 301. Number 300 is Congo Kong. Number 296, Mike Kanellis. 295, and I think this is, considering the time frame, might be kind of low. Cassius Ono is at 295. If I'm not mistaken, I might be getting the dates wrong, but it seemed like he was seen quite a bit during the time period that this was going on. He dropped 167 slots to be 295. Dominic Dijakovic is at 290, making his way onto the list. Eddie Kingston dropped 7 points to 279. Masato Tanaka, 285, down 46. Togi Makabe is 284. Lance Archer drops 36 points to 282. This must not have been during the G1, right? Because Lance Archer put on a hell of a performance at the G1. Jungle Boy, 280. Getting on the list. Remember Homicide? 276. Yoshihashi, 274. The Brian Kendrick, 272. Davey Boy Smith Jr., 269. Bushi, 265. Ultimo Guerrero, 264. Leo Rush. Haven't seen him in forever, and he's at 260. Mojo Rawley is at 256. Wow, I would definitely put some of these NXT talents over Mojo Rawley. But I mean, it's not a knock against Mojo. Not by any means. So, and before I get all the hate tweets for people defending Mojo Rawley, no, I just haven't seen him on my TV. So, there are people here that are getting good matches, big matches, and they are ranked lower than 256. And that's even a drop for him. That's 39 spots down. And he's cracking the top 300. Jack Gallagher, down 22 points, or 22 slots. A guy that had so much promise. Oh, I passed up Jimmy Jacobs, who moved up 52 slots to be at 251. Chase Owens is at 244, moved up 26 spots. Chuck Taylor, personal favorite, dropped 55 points, 241. Rocky Romero is at 238. Tyler Breeze is listed, and he's at 232. He dropped 18 slots, but wow, congrats for making the list, considering he's basically been hidden for the last year because Fandango's injury. Trent Beretta, 231. EC3, 225. I love this. Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy has made the PWI 500. 224. He's right in the middle of the list. Orange Cassidy. Ranked higher than everybody I just mentioned. It's crazy. I mean, I love the guy. Orange Cassidy's probably my favorite guy working right now because he's enjoyable to me. But I don't know. You know, going by their own criteria, I'm not sure. I don't know. Alexander Wolf, 215. He dropped 88 spots. Luke Harper dropped 121 slots. And he has, up until very, very recently, been on the WWE back burner, if they had him anywhere at all. But since he's made his return, he's, I don't know, hopefully he'll do something. Hopefully they'll utilize the talent that he is. Eric Young finishes out the 200s at 201, dropping 90 slots. All right, here we are in the top 200. And now I will try to get through this a little bit faster. Sin Cara is at 200. Noam Dar, 198. Killian Dane is at 196. Shelton Benjamin, since making his big comeback, dropped 85 points to be 194. Danny Burch is 193. Matt Sydal, 192. Oni Lorcan is ranked pretty freaking high on this list, in my opinion, at 187. Right above or right below Angelo Dawkins. Montez Ford is at 184. Heath Slater is at 183. He cracked the top 200. L.A. Park at 180. Luke Gallows at 177. Bo Dallas is at 176. Bo Dallas. Curtis Axel is at 172. And Lince Dorado is at 174. Lars Sullivan is at 170. Joe Coffey, 171. Grand Metalik, 168. Get this. Dropping 112 slots is Bray Wyatt at 169. Right now, people are saying he's a top 100. Possibly a top 50. Possibly a top 25. And here he is at 169. Joey Ryan, yes, that one, is at 165. Bully Ray, 163. Joey Janela, 160. Keith Lee at 157. Epico is at 151. Eli Drake at 149. Primo Cologne. Primo is at 147. Matt Hardy is at 144. Jinder Mahal, who has won, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's won like 7 matches. His win-loss record is not exactly great right now. But Jinder Mahal is pretty high up on the list, in my opinion. 143. Sami Callihan, 142. PJ Black, 140. Bad Luck Fale, great spot at 139. Roosh at 137. Also a good spot. MJF. Wow. Just instantly 135. Making his way onto the list. Austin Aries at 131. Apollo Crews, 130. Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins is at 128. How many people are below him? The guy, his whole thing was he's on a losing streak. Pardon me. I need a second. Kurt Hawkins went to... Oh, my apologies for that, boys and girls. I'm just... that was weird. So where was I? Kurt Hawkins. I mean, I love Kurt Hawkins. Love the guy. 128. 128. One freaking 28. Okay, moving on. 126, Moose. Michael Elgin is at 125. Ryusuke Taguchi is at 122. Colt Cabana is at 120. Good looking out, Cole. Flip Gordon, 114. Kazarian, 113. Trent Seven, 111. Sorry. Elias at 110. You'd think he'd be a little bit higher considering the push that he's been getting. Kalisto at 109. Jay Briscoe is at 108. Tyler Bate, 107. 107. Wow. I think he'd be much higher on the list. Christopher Daniels at 105. And rounding out the top 200 is Akira Tozawa at 102. And Konosuke Takashita at 101. But the top 100, starting with number 100, Zack Ryder makes the list. Again, woo, but top 100. I mean, you heard some of the other names I've said, right? Dash Wilder is at 98. Tonga Loa is at 97. Minoru Tanaka is at 96. Eddie Edwards, 95. Tama is at 94. Bobby Fish is at number 93. Rowan, apparently getting that work in. Number 92. Tai Chi, 89. Rich Swann, 88. 87 is Drew Gulak. Xavier Woods, representing New Day, at number 86. We'll be looking for Big E and Kofi a little bit later. 85 is Sheamus. 84, Kyle O'Reilly. Chad Gable makes it to 83. 83? Don't get me wrong, the guy's talented, but he hasn't had much going for him in the last year. Roderick Strong, 82. Bandito, 81. Austin Theory, 80. New signing for NXT. Brody King is at 79. Kushida, another NXT signing, 77. Moving down 32 spots. Matt and Nick Jackson, 75 and 76, respectively. Cesaro drops 37 to be 74. He dropped like a rock, but he's still in the top 100. Tomohiro Ishii is at 73. And the guy that I'd like to see him fight is at 72, Big E. PCO cracks the top 100 at 71. And entertaining, love to watch the guy. Again, have you heard some of these names that I've said? And the work they've put in? Sami Zayn at number 70. Matt Riddle, 69. Andrade. I can't roll my R's very well. 68. Shingo Takagi is at 67. Pac, 66. Loki is 65. What year is this? Yeah, it's Loki. Jay and Jimmy Uso, respectively, is 62 and 63. Evil is at 61. Jeff Hardy is at 60. Cedric Alexander is at 59. Jordan Devlin, 50. Jordan Devlin? Again, good, but 58? I don't know if he's 58 good. Dragon Lee is at 57. R-Truth, 56. I'm going to give it up to that man all day long. Ali at 55. Pete Dunne at 54. That is just way too low on the list. That's a travesty. 53 is Rey Mysterio. Marty Scurll, 52. Robert Roode at 51. Hiroki Goto is 50. Rusev is number 49. Brian Cage, 48. Minoru Suzuki is at 47. Dolph Ziggler at 46. Dolph Ziggler, by the way, moving up 4 slots. Somehow, during his absence, he moved up, and I can only assume that means they find him more entertaining when he's not on screen. Tony Nese moves up 92 slots to be number 45. Adam Page moves up 19 spots, although it should have been much higher. Number 44, Zack Sabre Jr. is at number 43, and he drops 19 slots. Sonata moves up 20 slots, and man's going to be money anywhere he goes. He's number 42. Nick Aldis at 41. I'm okay with this. Moves up 11 slots. Kevin Owens rounds out the top 40 at number 40. And what should be a crime against humanity? Baron Corbin is ranked higher than everybody I just mentioned at number 39. It moves up 17 slots. Randy Orton is at number 38. Matt Taven, 37. Drew McIntyre, 36. The Miz, 35. Aleister Black, 34. Buddy Murphy, 33. Juice Robinson, 32. Shinsuke Nakamura drops 20 slots, and he is at number 31. Bobby Lashley, number 30. Johnny Impact moves up 18 slots to be number 29. Pentagon Jr. at number 28. Braun Strowman drops 21 slots to be at number 27. The Velveteen Dream moves up bigly with 53 slots to number 26. Tetsuya Naito drops 16 slots to be number 25. Kento Miyahara moves up 25 spots to be number 24. Jeff Cobb, beast of a man, moves up 62 slots to be number 23. Phoenix also moving up 39 slots to be number 22. Ricochet, one of the best in the world, is number 21. Jon Moxley rounds out the top 20. He's number 20. Number 20, and he moves up 86 slots. That's a big move for him. Finn Balor's number 19. Adam Cole, baby, is number 18, moving up 3 slots. Sorry about that. Where was I? Let me take a sip. I think we're good now. Kota Ibushi, 17. Jay Lethal, 16. Cody Rhodes, 15. Walter, 14. Tommaso Ciampa, 13. Jay White, number 12. Samoa Joe, number 11. Will Ospreay, running out the top 10 at number 10. And it goes 9, Hiroshi Tanahashi. 8, Kenny Omega, dropping from that number 1 slot. 7 stays the same with Roman Reigns. Might be the only person that actually stayed right where they were from last year. Number 6, Johnny Gargano. Number 5, Kazuchika Okada. Number 4, Kofi Kingston. Number 3, AJ Styles. Number 2, Daniel Bryan. And number 1, of course, Seth freaking Rollins. I'm not sure exactly how I would rearrange this top 10, but I don't know. Daniel Bryan's quality of opponents hasn't, it hasn't been the greatest. AJ Styles hasn't really been a top guy. Kofi Kingston moving up 78 slots. That's, of course, makes him the highest ranking member of the New Day on this list. So, let's see. I'm trying to figure out who were the biggest movers and shakers. And somebody else did. Razor did not move from that 211 spot. Let's see. The biggest jump on the list. Ishimori also didn't move from 104. PCO moved up 326, but I don't think that was the biggest. The biggest was Jordan Devlin moving up 395 spots. He moved up practically the whole list. Brody King was close. He moved up 382. I want to see who the Rock of the group was. And I don't mean the Rock as in The Rock. I mean the Rock as in the person that dropped the most right now. The leader's at 129. 131. 143. Oh, that's close. So right now we're looking for someone to be 143. 166. That's quite the drop. 196. And it looks like it's going to be the 196. And that belongs to El Hijo del Fantasma. Dropping from 156 to 352. He is the Rock of this year's PWI 500. And I guess that would make Corey Storm the, what is it, Mr. Irrelevant? Or is that just applied to a draft? Nah, I think Corey Storm is very relevant because he made the top 500. And that should mean something. I'm not sure what exactly, because some of this is ridiculous. Putting Baron Corbin above all those people that I mean, what is wrong with people? Anyway, that is the PWI Top 500. I'm not really sure how Ben feels about the top 20, top 100, and where he thinks everyone should fit in. But there's some decent, I guess, representation in the top 10. We got Kazuchika Okada and Tanahashi and Omega there representing, I guess he's representing AEW now. So, NXT, a lot of Mexico, the Indies, of course, in full force. These are the guys to look out for. Well, I hope you enjoyed my 45-minute analytical. Okay, I just read a list and gave opinions, but I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. You can follow me on Twitter at SkidComic. You can follow Ben on Twitter at YoBroMMO. And of course, as always, you can follow the show at the Backstage Slam. There are links available through these Twitter feeds that will, point you in the directions of how to really support the show. I'm not good at remembering, the Patreon and this and that and the other. So hit up the links. Join the Discord, the Backstage Slam Discord. That's where we do our pay-per-view predictions game. Unfortunately, it's too late to join in the fun and festivities of this season. But Season 3 begins next year at SummerSlam weekend. But it's always nice to have a nice conversation. Nice, redundant. It's always good to have a nice conversation about professional wrestling with a bunch of people that aren't freaking trolls. So that's one of the things that we've tried to do with our community is cultivate it, and it's not through, any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not trying to hold back anybody's opinions, but we are very active in making sure the way you present your opinion is civilized and not dickish. Because we want one place on the internet where people can be civil to each other, no matter what their opinion. And that's what we're trying to cultivate with the Backstage Slam Discord group. So join the BSP community, where you are always welcome until you're not. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at myself. Now I forgot where I was in the plugs. Backstage Slam community. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Hopefully next time there will be more voices on this show. Again, follow me on Twitter at SkidComic. Ben is Yo Bro MMO, if I'm not mistaken. Yo Bro MMO. That sounds about right. And of course, Michael M. Sproat 21. That's it. Have a wonderful week. We'll be back next week with episode number 162, where I'm sure we're going to talk about something else that really pissed us off. In the meantime, cheers.